Hello guys, welcome back in the series of attendance management system using ASP.NET. So in previous video we have seen how can a teacher check the taken lecture by him or her, and now in today's video we are going to see how to create a master page for the student panel. So first of all we have to take here one master page. Click on project name, right click on it, click on add, new item, search here, master. Click on this web form master page. Now here we'll get the site1.master. The extension is .master. Now we want to change the name of the page. Let it be student.master. Click on add. Now we want to design the master page. Let's see in design page how it looks. So it's look like this. So let's see what I have taken in the code for the design. In div tag there was only one content placeholder was there, right? In div tag only content placeholder was there as starting. Now I have added the two table tag, first one here from here to here and second from here to here. So I have taken two table tag inside the div tag, one before the content placeholder and another just after the content placeholder. So let's see one by one. So inside the table tag I have taken the align school center so that the table should be appear in center of the page. Inside the table I have taken two table row. In first table row I have given the some CSS property like width equals to 200 pixel, color aqua, height 150 pixel. Now within this table row I have taken one table data, and inside that I have taken one image control with the properties like border color, border width 3 pixel, height 150 pixel, image URL and the width 200 pixel. Now in second table row I have given some CSS property like border width is equals to 8 pixel, border color width 200 pixel and the color height 60 pixel, background color. Now inside the table row I have taken one table data, and inside the table data I have taken another table tag. Now the property for the table here I have taken the align center and cell padding is equals to 8. Now inside this table tag I have taken one table row, and inside the table row I have taken multiple table data, but in three table data I have taken the actual content, that is the button. I have taken three button control inside the table data which is of different table data. Okay, so let's see the first table data. I have taken one button control with the properties such as like I have changed here ID btn home. The text is home page, height 49 pixel, width 171 pixel, font bold true, font size medium, causes validation is equal to false, back color then the border color, and the back color is equals to snow. After that, I have taken the 3 empty table data, and in the fifth table data, I have taken one button control with the ID as BTN attendance and text as attendance, height 49 pixel with 171 pixel, font bold true, font size medium, causes validation false, border color and the back color white. After that, I have taken another 3 table data with empty, no data, no content or no code inside the table data. In the last table data, I have taken another one button control with the ID BTN logout, text logout, text is equals to logout, height 41 pixel with 171 pixel, font size medium, bold, font bold true, causes resolution false, border color, back color white. Here all the property for the button is same, but the ID and the text value has been changed. And in here, in the first button, I have taken the back color snow, and the other second and third I have taken the white. Others are same. So let's see the last table tag which I have taken after the content placeholder. I have given the property inside the table tag, that is align source center and width is equals to 200. Okay. Now here inside the table tag, I have taken one table row with the property as like CSS property tag like width 200 pixel, color gray, height to 20 pixel, background color that is the gray. Inside the table row, I have taken one table data with the property of CSS like width 1100 pixel, height 25 pixel, background color gray, text align center, and the color is equal to white. After that, I have taken here one copyright symbol with the text as with the HTML text as ampersand copy. You can see here copyright symbol. Inside that table tag, I have taken one label control with the property like text as attendance system, 4 color white, font size medium, font bold true. So let's give the page link to the buttons. So just double click on the button. So let's give the page link to the home button home click, and then button attendance click, and the button logout click. Now we have linked the pages to the button click event. First of all, we are going to see how our master page is going to look like in the runtime or in the browser. So first of all, we have to create a one new page for that, because master page cannot be run as in browser. So we have to take another page as a child of that master, and going to run that the child page in the browser. So we have to create a new page with the name student underscore home. That will be the child of this master page. Right click on your project, click on add, new item, click on web form with master page. Now give here the name we have taken there, that is student underscore home. Click on add. Now here you have to select the master name, that is our student master, student dot master. Click on OK. Now inside the content placeholder, we are going to write some code. That is, I have taken here one center tag. Within the center tag, I have taken one h1 header one tag, that is inside that I have taken text, that is student home page. After that, I have taken one label control with the, there is no altered property or newly added property. It's the same when we add the new label control. The property that is runner server ID label 1. So nothing we have provided any extra property inside the label control. After that, we have taken the for break tag. So go to the view code, that is the .cs page of this student.home page. Here we have to give the session value, that is the when which student is going to log in, it will going to display the student name or the student email. So here what we have taken here, in the page load event, when this student.home page is loaded, that means when the student is logged in, then he will be redirected to this page, that is the student home page. At that time, when the page is loaded, then it will going to check that if the session of the student ID is equals to null, or the session of the student email is equals to null, then it will going to redirect him to login page. If it is null, the session of the student, if it is null, then it will be redirected to the login page, or else it will going to display text message as welcome the student name or the student email. Suppose the student is anil@gmail.com, then it will going to appear as welcome anil@gmail.com. So let's save it all. But now we have not implemented the student login, so it will be redirect us to by default this login page. So let's run and see. Okay, I have set the login page as a start page for this project, so it will be going to open this login page by default every time when we run the project. So first of all, we have to log in, then it will rewrite the user accordingly to the user type, that is he or she is a student, or he or she is a staff or teacher, or he or she is a admin. Based on that, it will redirect the page. Now I want to access the student underscore home page, right? So I will be typing here student underscore home page, enter. So it takes it again to the login page, because we have given the code here that the session of the student is null, then it should be rewrite to the login page. Now I am going to just comment this out for now. So this will our student home page will going to look like, and the master page that we have created for the student will going to look like this, where we have taken the three button, that is to student home, attendance and logout. So we are right now in the student home page, that is this one. If we click on attendance, we have not created any page that will going to say the resource cannot be found. If we click on logout, it will be redirected to the login page because we have given the code there for the logout that it will going to remove all the session that is active in our project at that time, but we don't have any session running in our project, so it will ignore it, and after that it will going to redirect us to the login page. So that's why we have gone to the login page. So that's it for today. In next part we are going to see the login page of the student, where the student going to be login with the email ID and the password, but we have not given the password for the student, so we are going to make some changes in the admin panel of the student, where when the admin go enter the details of the student, at that time we are going to take one new text box field as a password, so that when the admins add a new details of the students, then he can add a password also for it, for them, for the newly created student. Then those students will be going to get the username and the password by the admin, and then he or can see login into this attendance management system project. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.